So I was in a conversation with two gentlemen earlier today, and it was such a high value conversation. I mean, we hit on, let me put it in context for you guys, and hopefully you can hear me, it's a little loud in here, but this was the kind of conversation to where, you know how you're your own person, you're your own individual, and then you have your own thoughts. You kind of have your own emotions about a particular subject. You might be antisocial because other people don't think like you do. This is that kind of conversation where you kind of feel at home, you know? So if you currently don't have a home, you can actually find a home within the conversation of others. So when you find a home within the conversation of others, these are like minds. These are people that kind of share your values and beliefs. They kind of have similar goals to what you want to achieve. And some of the things mentioned today is we talked about the American dream. And my man Chris, who I met today, was telling me how the American dream is fucking tough. Chris is 26, he done been through a lot of shit. The American dream is fucking tough. It's hard to live the American fucking dream. You need support. You need capital. You need so many things going for you to even start a business such as this, a beautiful ass business, such as a curry restaurant. This shit is tough to get off the ground. So once you finally get something like this off the ground, you know, you're not starstruck by shit. You're not taken aback by certain things. You're kind of in your flow. You're focused on your process because you know the work that you put in. You sacrificed just to have this system, to have this business. You sacrificed a lot. You gave up a lot of your time because you believed that what you were investing your time for would be worth it in the end. The reason why you start a business is to make your life easy and comfortable. A lot of people forget that when they actually finally begin their business. They can get lost in just taking care of the business to the point where the business never gets to a point where they can actually take care of them, which was the whole point of starting the business in the first place. I mean, when you engage in the continuous daily struggle and process of serving others, it's to make a world a better place. And you're making the world a better place because you want to make yourself better. So having a business in and of itself is a deep spiritual process. It's a continuous journey. There's ups and downs. In the beginning, there's planning. You got to plan your business. You have to build your business. And while you're planning your business and building your business, that's taking years and time and energy and investment. It's not paying off for you because you're planning how you want things to work. You're learning, you're discovering, you're researching, you're developing. You're building. You got to bring the components together. You got to figure out, okay, where I'm going to have this business? Where am I going to be located? What kind of equipment do I need? What kind of teams do I need? Who are my stakeholders? Who am I going to be talking to on a daily basis? You know, a stakeholder is anyone that has an impact in your success. Now, when most people start a business, they think about the customer only, you know, and, you know, customer is the primary stakeholder. But the customer is just one type of stakeholder. Stakeholder is anyone that has an impact in your success. So a stakeholder could be a competitor, a stakeholder could be a brand, a stakeholder could be another business that you might form a partnership with. A stakeholder could be Google, you know what I'm saying, some type of web service that you use, a software that you use. A stakeholder could be a group of people, a community, a government, the media, you know. So if you start a restaurant, you know, one of your key stakeholders in your business is going to be the restaurant community. It's going to be the restaurant depot. It's going to be where restaurants go to be successful. It's going to be the restaurant association. These are stakeholders. These are things you need to be aware of. And so the business aspect is kind of nailing down, you know, not just who is my customer and who am I speaking to and how do I learn more about my customer and how do I meet my customer's needs, but it's how do I build supportive relationships around my system so that my system can be a supportive relationship with me. You feel me? That's how it works. You're building supportive relationships around yourself and around your business so that your business can be a supportive relationship to you and your family. That's why you build a business. So I'm here right now, and I'm here at Jerk. My mom brings this stuff home every so often, and you know, for herself, and I'll have a little bit of hers, you know what I'm saying, or all of it, if she leaves it out for me. And it's good, it's delicious, you know. So I'm gonna actually take one of these, check the menu out, and I like what they got going on here. I'm gonna check out what they're doing for marketing. I'm gonna check out what they're doing. I'm gonna look into assessing what their food costs might be. I'm gonna look into assessing what their average check might be. I'm gonna look into assessing what they can afford as a budget. They have multiple locations, if they're a single location, when they plan on expanding. I'm gonna understand what their goals are, what their vision is. I'm gonna meet with the owners. I'm gonna get real deep and real involved so that I can actually understand who I'm speaking to, understand what they need, and then come back with a solution for them. Now, initially, when I'm consulting with restaurants, I'm not selling anything. I'm not looking to sell anything initially because I don't know what I'm selling. You know, I might have an awesome marketing service to provide. I might have an awesome design or creative service to offer. But I'm not trying to sell that because I don't know if this particular person is ready for that, or if they want that, or if they see value in that. They might be dealing with something on the inside internally that I might not be aware of because I'm coming in from the outside. So that's why the initial discovery session is so important. When you have a discovery session with your business, that's with your client, before they actually become a client, a paying client, or a prospect, you have a discovery session. And a discovery session is you are discovering and exploring what you can do for the restaurant by listening and asking questions. And, you know, normally the client is doing most of the talking. And so a lot of my process is just trying to get a fucking discovery session because that takes time. You know, it takes time for people to be able to capture your value in the moment and see if they're dealing with a serious person or not, someone that's actually interested in their success, before they will take the time and dedicate and commit the time and set aside the time to meet with you. So my discovery session might be an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours, but before I have to earn that person's time by, you know, coming correct in the present moment, you know, telling them what it is that I can do, you know, just in a nutshell, keeping it general. I don't want to be too specific too early on, because what I'll do is if I'm too specific early on, is I'll actually pigeonhole myself. So if I come right out the gate, hey, I can do your marketing for you, I can do YouTube advertisements for you, then that I'm looked at as the YouTube guy. I might have to put this down. I'm gonna have to put this video down because I see something I'm gonna holler at, but I just totally got distracted by some ass outside, some ridiculous ass. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna finish this video later. You know what I'm saying? I don't forgot my point. But anyways, we can always add a part 2 to this. Peace and prosperity to the family. Thanks for tuning in.